All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Startups in Real Life. Today, we're kicking off a special new employee spotlight series with our client-facing team at Bear River. They're creators of BearTracks, the pioneer of last mile mail and parcel management solutions. Let's get to it. Hello, everybody. How you doing?
Hey,
Hello.
good.
Good.
Thanks
Great.
for having us,
Excellent.
Diana.
Yeah.
Hey, well,
Glad to be here.
it's a pleasure. So we're going to ask you a couple questions just so that people can get to know who you are. I know that when clients call in, they talk to a lot of you, but there may be people out there that don't know who you are. So let's tell them a little bit about who you are. So Darshana, we're going to start with you. Can you tell us a little bit about your background and what led you to the Bear River team?
Sure. I have been working in the industry from last 20 years and I have
Wow.
been working as a different roles. I started my journey from software engineer, I became an engineering manager. Then I have also led the customer support teams. And when I was looking for the opportunity, our CTO side reached out, and when he spoke about the opportunity, account manager position, I was very exciting to know about how I can be helpful to coordinate, understand customers' requirement, and bridge the gap between the engineering and non-engineering teams. That
Hmm.
made me very excited about this role. That my industry experience can really help, and I can add value to the job and the role I have.
That's great. And I remember you kind of got thrown right into the deep end of the pool and really showed us what you got. So Jonathan, what about yourself?
I've worked for the mailroom of Bank of America for about 5 years, which is where I came from. And during those 5 years, I worked with the BearTracks software. And so I knew the pretty much the ins and outs, especially of mail and parcel. So the easiest decision next was to, start my career with Bear River because I wanted my next job to be my career, something I could, grow from and just keep growing and keep learning knowledge and whatnot.
Hmm. Hmm. It is nice when you can work with one of your favorite platforms, isn't it? And get
Most,
inside.
most definitely.
Who'd like to go? Who would like to go next?
I'll go next, Diane. So I've spent really a lot of my professional career in sales and software sales. Actually started out years and years and years ago in customer support and programming, and then moved into sales a long time ago. And most recently came from a company that really worked in a similar space as Bear River.
Hmm.
And I really wasn't so much looking for an opportunity, but really just reached out to Chris when he started with Bear River and congratulated him because Chris and I had worked together and partnered together, a few years before. And we just started talking and, we talked more and more. And it's funny, at one point he explained, the environment at Bear River as, a startup company with 30 years experience, right? And that really,
Hmm.
that's what it is. And that's really what attracted me to this company.
That's
If
great.
if I may
Roberto?
jump in, yeah, if I may jump
Yeah.
in, I have to say the same. The environment, the people, Swati. If I maybe was lucky to have met her first, but Swati was really the embodiment of all the values and the environment, the work environment that you get at Bear River. So coming from 6 years in IT support, some customer support experience, and getting, let's say, that workplace that will get me the growth I need for maybe the next decade was all that I needed really to jump barrier. And so far, everybody that I've met has been, kind of showcasing that I was right. It, it's
Oh,
it's unbelievable to work here.
that's awesome. So Chris, when you kind of started to pull this team together, what was one of the attributes you were looking for when, as you were interviewing and getting to know them and deciding this is the right team for us?
That's a great question, and I think it was really finding the folks who share common belief systems, and it's really about making things fun, engaging, but also getting the work done. But most of the team has the same similar backgrounds within either software or on-site operations, and so it was really finding that blend of people who really have a passion for creating great results for our clients.
Hmm. Yeah, passion, curiosity, enthusiasm about clients is key, isn't it? To get a team that really shows that they care. Like, I know that's one of the core values of of Bear River. Okay, let's start with you this time, Glenn. So how do you see yourself contributing to Bear River's mission and future success?
Well, I guess for me, it's pretty simple, right? I'm in a sales organization, so it's all about going out and looking for new business and ensuring we keep the business that we already have. And again, as I get in and start learning, more about the product and the technology, it really makes my job easier to go out and talk to a prospect and tell them about the things that we're doing and the things that we're going to be rolling out short term, to really engage them. And I think we have a great story to tell to a new prospect.
Mhm.
I can
Darsha?
add, yeah, I can add some things. I bring a lot of industry experience, and I have experience in software engineering, management, customer facing. This various experiences I can help, and I'm helping our Bear River team to collaborate and efficient improve this efficiency or their day-to-day work. So I guess that having that experience and using that here, that's very helpful to help our internal teams to achieve our goals and our roadmaps.
I think,
Got it.
one of the key themes that I see, and it's interesting to see how it's come together so far. Each person brought their own backgrounds. We all have our own individual hats. But the one thing that I've seen is the collaboration amongst this team. It doesn't matter whether we're working on with a new prospect, an existing client, or internally on goals and initiatives. Everybody here pitches in and jumps in, and it really, the hats come off, and it's really focused on the result. And that's really
Mhm.
what we're trying to build here.
Yeah, everyone
Right.
is executing towards the same goal. It's very tight, neat team. It's a small team, but very focused. And I think that's what is very helpful for the collaboration.
It
Yes.
definitely is. Anything, Roberto or Jonathan, you want to add?
Yes.
Well, go first.
I'll go. Yeah. I see myself, contributing by learning, about each new feature that's released and being in the know of everything that's released and knowing my role to the fullest so that I can jump in and help the team wherever I'm needed or, where anyone needs me. So it's mostly being in the know of everything that's released and being able to relay that information to the customer.
Hmm.
True, true. And if I can add to that, I don't know, Jonathan, if you're reading some of my notes, but this is actually my intro. So, learning as much as we can so we can actually provide, let's say, the best experience to our customers when it comes to support. I believe that's how CS Team is really contributing to the Bear Rivers mission. And, we're bridging also the gaps between the customers and the different teams internally, as, we're kind of the first line of support. So, there you have it.
Yeah. Yeah. So the next question is, I want like a 2 to 3 word answer on this. So kind of your first thoughts. I don't know why the balloons are coming up. What was your initial impression of the company's culture when you first joined? So just a couple things, and everybody, let's just start with Glenn, then Darshana, and go through the group.
Very, very cool. How about that?
Okay, there you go, Darshana.
I feel the collaboration and joy working with everyone.
Great, Roberto.
This one, I don't know if I can say it, but it is so much a drama-free place. So drama-free environment. This is so good to
Priceless.
thrive. Priceless indeed.
Great, and Jonathan.
If I could sum it up, teamwork makes the dream work. How everyone comes together and help each other. So.
That's a good one. What about you, Chris?
Yeah, and it's interesting. I know, Diana, we talked about it before, but it really has been the leadership kind of walking the talk. You know, everybody always professes that they want to create joy, that they want to really engage with clients and with employees and create a collaborative work environment. But here, it's really the rubber meets the road, and having leadership that truly believes in it, but also acts. And I think as a team, us seeing that and us being able to engage in that has really been tremendous. I mean, it's a completely different experience for me, and I think probably most of us here in this call would agree.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
True.
And again, similar for each of you, what have you learned since joining Bear River that you didn't expect? And I've heard some of this a little bit in what you've started to say. But Jonathan, why don't we get started with you?
Oh, I'm sorry. Could you repeat that? I was.
What is something that you've learned since joining Bear River that you didn't expect, that kind of surprised you?
Something I learned. I mean, that I didn't expect. I expected it to be, challenging, but it is. I did learn that it's very fast paced, and it's a ever changing software, ever changing company, and so you have to, kind of ground yourself and know, what's to come next, and kind of prioritize, what you need to do in order to keep up with the company. But I do love it because the knowledge is
Okay.
extensive.
Yeah. What about you, Roberto?
My answer is a bit more nerdy. I've been learning my fair share of Linux since I got here, and not from the UI, but from the command line. And I must say that I wasn't expecting that. This just goes to say how much technology is really behind BearTracks, even though it seems simple. But yeah, and I'm loving it, I have to say.
Good. Darshana?
So I didn't anticipate that last mile logistic could be that this challenging. So when I started working with customers, each customers they come up with a unique requirement, and in a software you have to fulfill all that requirements and make sure that you give the customers experience they are looking for. So I think that challenging part, giving them seamless experience to all customers, that is challenging part which I didn't expect. But it's fun working understanding clients requirement and convert into the technical requirement and build the product which can help each and every customers. That is something exciting for me which I didn't anticipate, and I really loved it.
Yeah. And Glenn, let's wrap up with you on that one.
Sure. So when you interview for jobs, you always hear that companies say they're transparent and everybody matters and everybody's opinion matters. Well, at Bear River, it's absolutely true. We have meetings every day, and everyone has an opportunity to bring up ideas, and those ideas are taken seriously, and that's just it's very refreshing to be in an environment where that takes place on a daily basis. And the other thing that really surprised me about this company is how Jonathan can sing. We had a we had a partner event back in September, and man, can Jonathan sing? That was pretty cool. Thank you.
That was definitely a
That's a good unexpected, isn't it? Hey, Chris, I'm going to ask you to take this one. So Bear River is known for innovation in the last mile logistics space. So how do you see the company evolving into the future?
That's a great question, Diana, and I think it really is. The foundation is in AI, but it's really in innovation. And I think the team that we have here, thinking about what each of them are bringing, and that insight and that input and the valued input, it really drives the company. And most of it is founded on the interactions that we're having with our clients. What really is pushing them? What are their needs? What are their pain points? And having this team here, understanding those pain points and really working very closely with those clients, it's really steering where that software is headed. And it really is, it's to take friction out of our clients' operations. Give them the full visibility, but take the friction out for them. And that's where, when we talk about, I know Jonathan mentioning, how fast things change, right? Well, a lot of that is through the needs of our clients, and the fact that the platform operates seamlessly behind the scenes. That activity is really driving that, but it's the innovation that each one of us brings to it. I think that's one of the key points is, everybody has feedback, insight, and it's really what is the voice of the customer. And that's really what each of us are doing on a daily basis.
And I would say it's really purposeful innovation, right? So it's not innovation just for the sake of innovating. This is the latest programming tools or latest technology. He's doing it with a purpose because we know what our customers want. We know what they need. So it's really, purposeful innovation.
That's good, Glenn. And that plays into kind of our next question. So I'm going to read the vision statement of Bear River, and I'm going to ask each of you to kind of, and Glenn, you just kind of touched on some of this, what aspect of that vision resonates most with each of you? Because when we really love working with a company, it's oftentimes because we connect, right, in some way to what the bigger goal is. So the vision is to revolutionize how businesses handle logistics and be recognized for creating environments where businesses thrive, communities flourish, and the planet prospers. So Roberto, let's start with you. Which part of that resonates with you? Okay, we're not able to hear you, so I don't know
Right.
if
Sorry, my
mute.
bad.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, I would have said the revolution part, revolutionizing, let's
Uh-huh.
say, how business handle logistics,
Yes.
making an impact on the bigger number, so that the bigger number can benefit from. I think this is the part that resonates with me. I can see how we can make operation less painful for mail centers people, also for how packets are handled, that chain of custody, that robust chain of custody that we provide actually to our customers. I can see how it impacts their businesses, and so I'm happy to be part of that driving force as part of Bear River. So
Nice. Darshana?
I would say helping our customers more efficient on the day-to-day process in logistics. That is something I resonate our values. So that can help our customers delivering their values. So that is something I really
Hmm.
like from our vision.
Okay. So the communities. What about you, Jonathan?
Creating environments where businesses thrive most resonates with me. Businesses are not meant to stay the same; they're meant to grow and become better every day. So that's why
Right.
that resonates more with me.
Perfect. And Glenn?
Yeah, I think Jonathan hit it as well. It's all about, I think we're very comfortable in our skin. We don't try to be anything we're not, and everything that we do within the organization and the product is to the benefit of our customers.
Hmm. Neat. Okay, we're going to get personal now. So we're going to go around quickly saying what's one interesting fact, and we kind of heard it about Jonathan. What's one interesting fact about you that your colleagues might not know yet? All right, Jonathan.
One interesting fact, of course, that's already been mentioned. I am a singer, but also I like gaming. I like traveling. I like going to cruises and
Mm,
things like that. Um, at least once a year, I go to concerts. I'm a foodie. I like to try anything. I'll try anything once. I always say this. I try anything once. So that's my
nice.
person.
All right, Darshana.
As Jonathan, I'm a good singer too. I used to sing back in college days, and
wow.
so yeah, I do like
Okay.
karaoke. I do have it my home, so that is probably my team didn't know about me.
I smell a duet coming at the company event.
Yeah, gonna have to bring that machine out for December. What about you, Glenn?
Well, uh, I'm a hack at guitar, but my gosh, all my life I wanted to be Jimmy Page of Led Zeppelin.
That's great. Roberta?
Um, it it might not be specifically about me, but it tends to be something that. Sorry about that. Tends to be something that shocks people. My dad was born in 1933, so way older than what he should be. His age should be, and so yeah, that makes my DNA maybe pretty old for my age.
That's neat. Okay. And so the last question is what's your favorite book or a book that you've read in the last 6 months or heard about that has left an impression on you?
Um,
Anyone who wants to start?
let me go first. Let me go first on that one because
Okay.
there's one book that shaped my morals most of my life. Again, this is from my dad. He read it to me most of my infancy. It was Jean de La Fontaine. This is French. Fables. Those are stories you might have heard about them. The turtle and the rabbit, for example, the race. So you learn
Hmm.
to start, at point. Yeah, it's most of those. So that would be my favorite book.
Great. Let's see, Jonathan.
I haven't really read a book aside from the Bible, the Holy Bible. But yes, the Bible itself, not to get too, religious, but it's helped me through a lot, keeping that faith and getting through life. So yeah, that's by
Okay.
far my favorite book.
All right. That's good. That's fine. That's a good book. It's a lot of different religions, right? I once read a book that kind of talked about the commonalities between all the major religions in the world, and that kind of became my religion. Was that common thread? So yeah, I think each of us find it where we can. Glenn.
Right.
The last book is that I read that really made an impact on me, just because it was so outrageously ridiculous but true, was The Taking of K-129. It's a true story about a Russian submarine that sank in like 1968, and the operation that the CIA undertook to go and raise that sub to be able to get the intelligence
Huh.
and two nuclear bombs on it, I believe. But the story is just absolutely incredible, and it's all true. They did a cover up where they built the most expensive ship ever in the time, and they said it was purchased by Howard Hughes to do deep mining and for minerals. And it's just an
Wow.
amazing story, but it's all true. So it was a very cool book.
Yeah,
Nice.
that sounds cool. Okay, what about you, Darshna?
Wow, that was exciting, Glenn. But I haven't read anything exciting books recently. I love reading thrillers, and but recently I haven't read any books. I was reading some of the management related books, which was helping in my career. But other than that, I'm not into too much books. I like the novels, but not what Glenn is talking about. Mine is very simple. I like some thriller stories.
What I love about Roberto too, though, is those fables are like the foundation of most of these management books anyway. It's like all those truths, as well as what Jonathan's reading. I'm not so sure about Glenn's, but maybe I guess the leadership methods being used to execute the plan could be said, right? Okay, the last thing I want to do, and I should have done this at the beginning, but it's okay. Let's start with Glenn, then Darshna, Roberto, Jonathan, and finish with Chris. Give us your role in the organization, so that people can kind of put a face to how you support the customer. Glenn?
Sure. So I'm in sales and business development, and I'm out, working with new prospects and existing partnerships to engage and secure new business for the company.
Okay, great. Darshna?
I'm a technical account manager, but I wear multiple hats here. I'm also helping for the project management responsibilities. I help our engineering and non-engineering teams to streamline their processes and helping them to bridge the gap for the customer requirements and helpful for more collaboration and cross-functional team communication.
Okay, Roberto?
Yes. For the CS team, we mostly assist people with support, trying to get that, provide that customer delight, help you with anything that, would impact you with BearTracks, and we'll get it fixed for you. Then we also dive into educating the customer. So there's part of training that we do, let's say for new sites or implementations. And again, last thing is implementation. So if you want BearTracks, you want to have it on your site, we'll be the team coordinated with you at some point when it gets technical.
Okay, Jonathan?
I mean, he definitely touched everything that I was going to mention. But yeah, of course, same customer support engineer. The most interesting thing is there's no shortage of knowledge that can be learned. I get to get deeper understanding of how the software works, and I get to fulfill customers' needs at the same time. And there is no greater feeling than when a customer's issues are resolved. So
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, and your customer base is bar none, top notch. So what you guys have access to the inside of must be absolutely fascinating. All right, Chris, you want to wrap that up?
Sure. And so I'm the senior director of customer support and business development, but I'm really the person who reaches out to each of these folks on the call here, put them in touch with our clients because they really are the stars of the show.
Yeah, great. Well, thank you, everyone. I know I put you on the hot seat, each of you individually, and you guys did a great job. And it was great getting to dig in and get to know each of you a little bit better. So
Thank
have a great day.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye,
you,
Thank you,
everybody.
Diana.
you so much.
Thanks
Have a
for
good
having
day
me.
too.
Take
Bye.
care.